Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're doing fine today. We are extremely excited to start with the Facebook and YouTube live sessions organized by ESC Clermont Business School. This is Mohammed El-Zayadi speaking on behalf of the International Relations Office, and we will be covering lots of topics throughout this full week. We will be covering each program that's offered by the school, student life in France, accommodations, scholarships, all the details that you might be wondering about, and we will be providing you with all the information that helps you take the best decision of studying in our institution. So today we will be starting with the first session. We will be talking about the Bachelor in International Management, so the undergraduate program. And today I have the pleasure to have to host my two guests, Angeline Pinglot and Deashini. So hello to both of you.
Hi.
Hello.
Good evening, good morning, wherever you are.
Hello. Great to be here with you.
Yeah,
so Angeline, if you could present yourself.
Yes, of course, with pleasure. Well, hello and welcome to the Live Bachelor ESC Clermont. I am Angeline Pinglot, so Director of the Bachelor Program at ESC Clermont Business School, and I am live with you today to answer all your questions. So I'm delighted to share this moment with Mohamed and Dia. And Dia will be able to give you some examples of our experience in the program.
Hi, my name is Deashini Banerjee. I am a second-year bachelor student, and I am very excited to share the platform with Mohammed and Angeline Pinglot to provide my experiences.
Great. So as you can see, we have the head of the program and an international student, Dia, who's originally coming from India and has been here in France for 2 years now. So Angeline, if you could pitch the program within 1 minute.
Yeah, sure. Well, our bachelor program is a generalist 3-year program with a strong international vocation, which allows to take different paths and opens the way to many possibilities. So first of all, our degree, which is called Bachelor in International Management, has a visa issued by the French Ministry of Higher Education, Research and Innovation. It is the higher level of recognition for the degrees in France. So in addition to that, our school has just obtained the AAA with 3 international accreditations, AACSB, EPAS and AMBA, and they recognize the value of our degrees in the international university network. So this is a guarantee of the quality of our teaching. Just more concretely and very quickly, our program offers the possibility of completing a double degree with prestigious universities or to complete a year of work study in a company. And after bachelor's degree, it is easy to pursue a master's degree. So just a few points. We offer you a program full in English from the first year onwards, or a progressive program starting full in French to become full English at the end of the second year. Many opportunities to live international experiences, summer school at the end of first year, internships, study abroad in third year, and finally, lots of opportunities for professional experiences, internships, apprenticeship in the last year. That's it.
Thanks a lot, Angeline, for the great introduction to the highlights of the program. For now, within a few seconds, we are gonna move to the questions section where we received already questions from our followers and our candidates on the different social media platforms. And then we remind you that you have the chance also to ask the questions during this live session. So the first question that was asked by Tony, and I would like to address this question to Angeline. What are the main strength points of the bachelor program?
Well, the main strengths are, like I've said before, but I can develop that we have a very strong international vocation. All along the program, was the first year with a full English program, with the choice in second year of specialization in international business or international marketing, and of course, many opportunities to live or study abroad experiences or in professional experiences abroad. So the first point, it's a very strong international vocation, and also a second point, a very good way to develop your paths and to your professional experiences, and just to be able to make the best choices, starting working or following in a master degree.
Okay, great. Moving on to the second question from Karin, and I'd like to get Dia's experience based on what she had. So the question is, can students obtain professional experience during this program?
Of course, just to reiterate what Angeline Madam just said, so we have the option of doing 3 separate internships or apprenticeships if you find one. So you have a 2 to 3 months option to do it in the first year, and the second year you can do it for up to 5 months, and at the end you can do a 5-month internship as well, or an apprenticeship or alternance. So there's a lot of experience possibilities, and you can do it abroad or in France. So you can really improve yourself academically and professionally in this program.
Great. Yeah, of course, it's something that is extremely important because companies are looking for students who already have experience, even if it's on the undergraduate level. So as you can see, there are lots of opportunities to obtain professional experience throughout the duration of this course. We have a question that's coming from Awais. It's regarding the admission into the third year bachelor. So Angeline, if you could just explain to students what is required if they want to have access directly to the third year bachelor?
Yes, it's better to have. I see the question of Awais. If I understand, you have a former experience and academic program in business computing, system development. So our third year is more shaped for students having being involved in a management program before, because we offer a specific track improving sales and web marketing specializations. So you need to have a background concerning all management topics. But for you, perhaps it's better our first year of master that is more generalist, that can help you to start and to complete your path with a management program. Because in third year you can entry or in an international business track for us, or an apprenticeship track that is more focused on the web marketing, digital marketing issues.
Okay, great. The next question is focusing on another area that we received from Nadine. It's regarding the international studying abroad opportunities that exist. So if you could explain to us, Angeline, what are the international options that are proposed in terms of studying abroad?
Yeah, so to study abroad, we have a lot of possibilities in third year. We have partner universities all over the world, in Europe, of course, and of course in South America, North America, and China, in Asia. So you have two possibilities, or 1 year long to complete a double degree. So you have the degree of the university, the partner university, and the degree, of course, of the Bachelor in International Management, covered by the French Ministry. And you can also choose to make just one semester. That can be very interesting too in many destinations, to have 4 or 5 months of international study abroad experience, and to complete one semester in Clermont in France with us, all in English.
Yeah,
For
so
example, just a few, just to be more concrete on our partners. We have, for example, in Europe, we are in partnership with Nottingham Trent University in UK, Robert Gordon University. We have also in Ireland, Dublin Business School, but we have the north of Europe and the south, of course, in Spain and Italy. Many of our students go all over the world. We have a very strong partner in China, in Beijing, in Indonesia with Gajah Mada, so in the Tech of Monterrey in Mexico. So every student can find a good destination to be enthusiastic to study abroad and to learn with other very prestigious universities. Of course, you can also stay in Clermont if you want to stay in France and follow all the third year in English with international students coming from our partners, and full English during 2 semesters in Clermont. It's possible too.
So as you said in the beginning of the talk, it's a very international program. It allows to obtain 2 degrees within 3 years. So the degree from ESC Clermont itself and the degree from the partner institutions. And it's very important to stress on that we are working with very prestigious universities worldwide. And as you have seen, as Angeline said, all over the globe in so many countries and in over so many regions as well.
Yes, we have just a little figures, 20 double degrees. So good choice of double degrees, 1 year long. And we have more than 35 opportunities in semesters all over the world too. So it's a good path of choices.
So students who spend the full year, they're able to obtain the degree from the partner institution, whereas students who spend 1 semester, they obtain the study certificate from there, as well as our degree, of course.
Sure.
Okay, great. Moving on to another point, others. So we have covered the international opportunities that are there. In terms of the study experience in school itself, we have received a question from Carla. How are students supported and accompanied throughout the program? So I'd like to address this question to Dia in order to reflect on your experience, Dia. Which kind of support did you benefit from?
Right. So when I first came here, I expected no support, but I was very, very shocked at how involved all the teachers and the administration are with helping the students have a better experience. So we have people such as Lisa Fiak and Mohammed, who help international students with accommodation, helping them out with CAF or any other visa procedures. We have people from the administration, for example, Angeline Madam and Barbara Sedil, who help you with from the littlest things to the biggest ones, for example, overlapping of exams. And there's like tons and tons of things that they have personally helped me with, and others can vouch for that. And also, if like one of the biggest points of the program is to find internships and help with finding a job after. In that sense, people like Melissa Pratt and the entire professional guidance is given by them to us religiously. So I have received help from every facet, from accommodation to my internship finding to even just life at Clermont. So it's like a little family.
Great, yeah. The family concept is something that we really are proud of, and it's one of the differentiation factors of the school. And Dia, what are you currently doing in Paris? You are doing your internship there, right?
Exactly, yes. So I'm a marketing assistant, and I'm currently working in Paris for 6 months.
Okay, great. And even during the first year, you have done a previous internship in France itself, right? It was less responsibility. So of course, since it was only for like 2 months, But now you are, of course, having more responsibilities during your internship in Paris, right?
Exactly. With the knowledge I've gained from the school itself and the possibility of doing my internship previously, I have been thankful and grateful to get the position that I'm in right now. So it applies to all of my colleagues and my classmates as well.
Okay, that's great. Okay, moving on to another question that was asked so by Mathilde that I'd like to address to Angeline. When does the program actually start?
Well, the program starts in September. In first year, the 10th September 10th. For the third year, if you are interested to join us in the third year directly, it's in September 2, the 21st.
Yeah, so in fact, so in all cases, whether you arrive for the first year bachelor or for the third year bachelor, as you can see, there is a difference in the starting date. One is starting in the beginning of this September, and one is starting by the third week. In both cases, we will have orientation sessions in order to make you familiar with all the processes and the procedures to settle in, to open the bank account, to get to discover the city a bit. So there is absolutely a high level of preparation that's going to take place during the first period itself. And I know even during the course itself, there are lots of projects that are happening starting from the first period where students work together in some sort of a project, right? Angeline, perhaps you can explain to us how does it work?
Yeah, of course. Each year is introduced by a welcome seminar, so it's very important to attend to it, which is a very important moment for the students to discover the school, to get to know each other. Of course, it's very important to be very confident at beginning of the program, and also to discover new ways of working in groups, the French pedagogy, and to begin to understand, of course, the business world through several prisms, role-playing games in first year for sure, but in third year we work on multicultural discovery, so it's very interesting. And just I forgot, of course, if you want to join us in second year, the program starts very early in September, the 3rd. So you have to know it to just join us at the very start. So for all year, each year, sorry, is very. We focused very strongly the welcome in the program before in the international office, of course, but in the program we take time just to know each other, teachers, administration, and of course your classmates. It's very important to succeed.
Great. And we have another, back to the professional side, we have a question from Michelle who would like to know about the work-study track. What is it about and what are, let's say, the requirements that are involved?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a good question. Of course, the last year, it's only in third year you want to follow the work-study program. How does it work? You have a part-time at school and a part-time in a company. So, for example, 1 week at school in the month of September and 3 weeks in the company. So you need to enter in this track, you need to sign an agreement, a contract with a company. It's a specific contract within the law, the French law, that is called apprenticeship. And the company needs you for strong missions all over the year. And you prepare skills with us and with the company. So it's a specific way. For attending to this track, you need to, it's better to have a very good level in French, at least B2. B2 level and to be fluent, because it's easier to be hired if you have a very good level in French, even if you are working in an international background and context. And just to end, the apprenticeship track have 4 specialization within the digital marketing and web marketing topic. We have digital marketing and sales in banks, digital marketing and sales in retail, digital communication, and business development and digital development. So we have 4 specializations depending on your mission in the company where you are doing your part-time experience. So it can be very interesting, of course, because you learn a lot with us. There are weeks very intensive, and you learn and are assessed also by the company.
Yeah, so it's considered a professional track, which allows students to work inside the company while mixing with their studies during the last year.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to another question that was asked by Darlington. What scholarship opportunities are available to international students of ESC Clermont? So in fact, regarding the financing part, as you can see, to finance your studies, you don't necessarily need to only rely on scholarships. But as Angeline clarified, you can look for a company during the 3rd year to do this apprenticeship. And in this case, it's the company which is going to pay for your tuition fees, and you will receive a salary. But of course, you have to have a very good profile and to be able to communicate in French as well. However, scholarships-wise, so during the month of October, after the students arrive to France, there is a scholarship organization. There is a committee which is going to be taking place that is composed of various faculty members, international office, and so on, in order to study the situation of each student and then decide accordingly whether the students merit the scholarship or not. So we would ask you to construct this file by October, where we ask you for details regarding your academic performance, your financial situation, your behavior at school during the first month. And we take into account all those factors. And then if you are able to fit into this criteria, then in this case, you would be granted a reduction which is between 5% and 15% based on the committee's decision. We do have another question that I'd like to cover regarding another area that was asked by Darlington as well, accommodation with cruise. So we have lots of solutions regarding accommodation. We have partnerships with residences. We have a private company that will help you out without any extra fees. We have lots of solutions regarding accommodation. We are working with multiple, like I said, residences that are very much close to the campus. But I don't want to also spoil the full accommodation part, since it's going to be covered in full by myself and by 2 of the students of the school during the student live session, which is organized on the 24th of June at 1 p.m. French time. To answer precisely, we don't have a special agreement with Cruise, since the Cruise accommodation is mainly reserved for French students who have who don't have a significant income and who are considered to be in need. So we can't, for example, provide you with a privilege when it comes to the cruise housing. But like I said, we will also help you to find cheap accommodation that is close to the campus. So moving on to another question that was asked by Ahmed. What do the students usually do upon completing the program? So perhaps it would be nice to hear from you, Dia, since you are going to be finishing your last year starting in September. So what's your plan after this year?
So personally speaking, I want to work for a few years and then get my master's. Speaking from experience and knowing all the people who have already passed out, most of the graduates, they proceed to do a master's to gain better academic experience, and a lot of them do start their own new projects or their own businesses. So it's like a melange, a mix of the things that they do, but mostly people continue to get a master's to improve themselves professionally and academically.
Yeah, perhaps Angeline, you have an idea about the statistics. What is the percentage of people who decide to continue with their masters post the bachelor degree?
Yes, for sure. Our bachelor exists up to more than 13 years. So we have a good statistics vision, and many of our students are have choices. I've chosen, to join a master degree, and we have 80 to 85% of our bachelor graduates that join master degree in ESC Clermont, at ESC Clermont, or in other schools in France or abroad. They could also choose to work because they are very able to go to the labor market, but they prefer and they succeed a lot following and joining a master degree.
Okay. Yeah, so it's really depending, of course, on the professional project that the student has. Some students like Dia, they prefer to work for some time to get professional experience and then eventually come back one more time to the school in order to advance with the knowledge. And some other students, they prefer to continue with their master's degree right after their studies. So I think we have the time to answer one of the last questions that were asked from Luis. Are there French courses included into the program? Maybe you can tell your experience, Dia. How easy was it to learn French, especially when it comes to finding an internship, for example?
Right. So for me personally, learning French was not as difficult because we had 3 hours a week of French classes, very concentrated, very helpful, and that obviously helped people learn French. But also, it's the exposure that the school has. They help you constantly with the immersion of French. So to answer your exact question, yes, we do have French courses. It's 3 hours per week, which is more than enough to have a great level by the end of first year. And also for francophones or people who already have a basic understanding of French but want to improve it, you can do the first year in half French and half English, I believe, and so that you have a better French level by the time you advance into the second year. So yes, we do have it.
Yeah, so in fact, we offer two main tracks. One track which is 100% in English for students who don't speak French or who don't speak any level, who don't have any base in the French language. But also we have the habit of welcoming students that are coming from French-speaking countries such as Morocco, Congo, or whatsoever. And for them, it's sometimes a bit hard to follow a course which is 100% in English. So sometimes they tend to follow this English and French track. Also, some candidates, they already started learning French before coming and they would really like to improve in French. So they are the ones who also choose this mixed track of English and French courses at the same time. But in all cases, if you choose the fully in English track, then you would still have French courses integrated, as Dia clarified. So I think we have done the tour with the questions and the important topics related to the bachelor program. So we just have a few more minutes before ending the discussion. So I would like to ask Angeline to conclude, to provide perhaps a summary of an important point that we missed, or just a general conclusion of this talk that you would like so to address this conclusion to our followers of ESC Clermont.
Well, just for the last words, I would say our school is also recognized for its human dimension, which is reflected by the proximity, availability of its teams. And I believe that we have the best ratio of supervisor. It's the number of teachers and administrative staff per student. So on the Financial Times ranking of master. And this is true both for the master and the bachelor, of course. So it is our students who speak about the family spirit within ESC, the ESC Clermont. So it's a good place, I think, for international students to come and to join and to meet a lot of French students, and the way to share and to prepare very good and strong degrees. Thank you all to have been listening us.
Yeah, so we would like to remind you with a few important details before finishing the discussion. So the admissions are still running till the end of July, 31st of July. And you can apply through our website portal. It's a process which is done fully online. There is an application form to fill, and then followed by the Skype or automated interview that's going to follow as a second step. And if you have any further questions, we are extremely delighted to help you out and to support you. You can contact me by email, which is showing down there. So yeah, thank you everyone on behalf of ESC Clermont and me, as well as Dia and Angeline. We would like to thank you so much for being there today. And we are very much looking forward to welcoming you to ESC Clermont.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dia and Angeline, and thank you to all our followers.
Thank you. Goodbye.
And stay tuned. We have another session coming up to cover the MSc in Business Intelligence and Analytics. It's within 30 minutes for now. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.